Mayor, I'd like to call the regular meeting of the Elmwood Park Mayor and Council to order for May 5th, 2016 at 8:03 p.m. On roll call, council members Coletti.
Here.
Churdo. Here. Dombrowski is absent due to illness. Giandomenico.
Here.
Martino. Here. Bonsino.
Here.
Mayor Muller.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Will everyone please rise for prayer and flag salute. Oh God, our Father, we ask you to bless our meeting, which we trust to your fatherly care and protection. Please remove all selfishness and prejudice from our hearts and implant therein the keen sense of justice for you and our neighbor. Guide us in our deliberations so our decisions will always please you and bring peace and happiness to our community. Amen. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Where Chapter 231 of Public Law, State of New Jersey requires at the commencement of each meeting. Now therefore be advised, the meeting requirements of this meeting have been met by posting an annual notice, a record of Hackensack of Woodland Park and the Herald News of Woodland Park, and by posting such notice in the office of the Borough Clerk as well as in the public place within the municipal building and notifying interested citizens. Said notice was posted on January 1, 2016. Ladies and gentlemen, this meeting is being videoed. It will be on cable, channel 77, on Tuesday, 12 noon, Thursday, 11 a.m., and Friday at 4:30. It's also on Verizon at Tuesday, 12 noon, Thursday at 4 p.m., and Friday at 10 a.m. Or you can watch it on our website.
Mayor, at this time we'll need a motion for the approval of the minutes from April 14th, 2016 work session, April 21st, 2016 regular meeting, and the April 28th, 2016 executive session.
May I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Mr. Pedigano? Martino, excuse me, I saw Pedigano in the back. And second?
Second.
Mr.
He's no
Boncino.
longer here.
Discussion?
Freudian slip.
On roll call, council members Coletti.
Yes.
Churdo.
Yes.
Dombrowski is absent. Giandomenico.
Yes.
Martino.
Yes.
Bonsino.
Yes.
Motion carries. Mayor, this evening, under ordinances on first reading, we have Resolution R-167-16, introduce ordinance 16-09 on first reading. Be it resolved that an ordinance entitled an ordinance to fix the salaries, wage, and compensation of the White Collar Blue Collar Employees Association, members of the Elmwood Park White Collar Blue Collar Employee Association of the Borough of Elmwood Park, County of Bergen, State of New Jersey, from January 1st, 2016 through December 31st, 2018, be passed and adopted on first reading. Be it resolved that a final hearing on said ordinance will be heard in the municipal building on Thursday, May 19th, 2016 at 8 p.m. or soon thereafter, as the same can be heard, at which time and place all persons interested in said ordinance can be heard. Be it further resolved that the Borough Clerk be, and he's hereby authorized to advertise in a legal newspaper a notice of introduction, and final hearing is required by law.
Motion, please.
So moved.
Mr. Coletti, second. Mr. Churdo? Oh, Mr. Martino. Any discussion? Call the roll,
Yes,
please.
Mayor, if I may, just would like to thank our Administrator, Keith Kazmark, on heading these negotiations on behalf of the, excuse me, on behalf of the town, and thank the white-collar and blue-collar workers for being amiable throughout the process.
I agree with you. Call the roll, please.
On roll call, council members Coletti.
Yes.
Churdo.
Yes.
Dombrowski is absent. Giandomenico.
Yes.
Martino.
Yes.
Bonsino.
Yes.
Motion carries. Mayor, I'm requesting that Resolution 168-16, which is to introduce Ordinance 16-10, be pulled from the agenda at this time. There was some last-minute information that needed to be incorporated into this ordinance from the county, and we'd not received it as of the close of business today. So once we get that information, we'll relist this for first reading at a subsequent meeting.
You want to pull the formally?
I would like, yeah, if you'd like to take a motion to table, we can do it that way.
Tabling motion, please.
So moved.
Mr. Martino, Mr. Boncino, call the roll, please.
Motion to table the ordinance. Council members Coletti.
Yes.
Churdo.
Yes.
Dombrowski is absent. Giandomenico.
Yes.
Martino.
Yes.
Bonsino.
Yes.
Motion to table carries. And then finally, Mayor, under ordinances tonight, we have Resolution 169-16, introduce ordinance 16-11 on first reading. Be it resolved that an ordinance entitled a bond ordinance to authorize the resurfacing of Franklin Street, Gall Avenue, North Street, and Summit Avenue in by and for the Borough of Elmwood Park and County of Bergen, State of New Jersey, to appropriate the sum of $295,100 to pay the cost thereof, to make a down payment to authorize the issuance of bonds to finance such appropriations, and to provide for the issuance of bond anticipation notes in anticipation of the issuance of such bonds, be passed and adopted on first reading, and be it resolved that a final hearing on said ordinance can be heard in the municipal building on Thursday, May 19th, 2016, at 8 p.m. or soon thereafter, as same can be heard, at which time and place all persons interested in said ordinance may be heard. Be it further resolved that the Borough Clerk be and he is hereby authorized to advertise in a legal newspaper a notice of introduction and final hearing is required by law.
Motion, please.
So moved.
Martino, second.
Second.
Churdo, any discussion? Ladies and gentlemen, this is the CDBG. It's county money, it's federal money given to the county and then given to us. And it's last year, it was supposed to be done last year, we're a little late on it, so they'll be doing last year's repaving of those streets. It's not going to be costing the county any additional money. We have to pay the engineer, so we have to put some money in it, but the actual paving will be paid for, so it's kind of like free. Not like free, it is free. Call the roll, please.
On roll call, Councilmembers Coletti?
Yes.
Churdo?
Yes.
Dombrowski is absent. Jim Domenico?
Yes.
Martino?
Yes.
Bonsino?
Yes.
Motion carries. Mayor, this evening, under the consent agenda, we have Resolution 170-16, payment of bills, Resolution 171-16, payment of escrow, Resolution 172-16, confirmation of payroll, Resolution 173-16, change order 1 and current cost estimate 3 and final, Resolution 174-16, authorized refunds in the Recreation Department, Resolution 175-16, confirming a door-to-door fundraiser for Defender Company Number 2, Resolution 176-16, authorized block party Miller Avenue, Resolution 177-16, redeem third-party tax lien, 17 East Washington Avenue, Resolution 178-16, authorize the execution of the Elmwood Park White Collar Blue Collar Association contract, Resolution 179-16, appoint violations clerk in the municipal court office, Resolution 180-16, retirement compensation for the police department, Brian D. Pasquale, Resolution 181-16, resolution to create a formal policy for credit card accounts, Resolution 182-16, reappoint JIF Safety Director Scott Kartz, Resolution 183-16, authorize purchase of replacement of and additional vehicles in the police department, Resolution 184-16, authorize submission for Safe Routes to School grant program, Resolution 185-16, redeem third-party tax lien, 270 Lincoln Avenue, Resolution 186-16, revised resolution to refund credit card balances on property tax accounts, Resolution 187-16, appoint special labor counsel, Police Department, Mark Medeo Esquire, and Resolution 188-16, resolution to approve and authorize the consent agenda.
Motion, please.
So moved.
Mr. Bonsino, second.
Second.
Mr. Martino, discussion, all in favor? No, call the roll, please.
On roll call, Councilmembers Coletti?
Yes.
Churdo?
Yes.
Dombrowski is absent. Jim Domenico?
Yes.
Martino?
Yes.
Bonsino?
Yes.
Motion carries. And Mayor, under departmental reports, we have the Library Board minutes for March 21st, 2016.
Motion, receive and file.
So moved.
Coletti, second. Churdo, discussion, call the roll, please.
On roll call, Councilmembers Coletti?
Yes.
Churdo?
Yes.
Dombrowski is absent. Jim Domenico?
Yes.
Martino?
Yes.
Bonsino?
Yes.
Motion carries. Mayor, that concludes my portion of the agenda.
Committee reports, Mr. Martino?
Yeah, two things in reference to the white collar, blue collar. I'd like to thank Councilwoman Gian Domenico and Councilman Coletti. Like always, we try to do the best for the town, and it's always a little tough, but we did it, and it seems like everyone's happy, and we have a 3-year contract, and we're going to go forward with that. The last homeowners meeting, the Chief Saldino was there, and I had never met him before. He seems like a nice person. He seems like his heart is in the right spot. And a few things were brought up, and one of the things that were brought up were maybe we can use when I say use, when we can use the prisoners for cleanup by artesian fields and a few other fields if they allow us. And he said we were going to contact him and going to start working on it. Of course, he'd have to go through Chief Foligno, but hopefully that could come to fruition because it's worked. And the only thing that it costs the town is that we buy them lunch, and it frees up our resources in town to do other things. And that's my report for tonight.
Thank you. Mr. Churdo?
In the world of Department of Public Works, we had 2 large water main breaks since the last meeting. Potholes are continuously being filled. You'll notice that a lot of paving is going to be done in town. Boulevard from Lee to Gilbert was just paved. Locust Street is being paved now through so it's money and work with PSE&G. They'll have a total of 24,000 feet of roads will be paved. You'll start seeing that coming along. 97 ADA accessible curbs are going to start to be, you'll see them, they're floating around, or not they're floating around, they're in the ground. They're going to be popping up on Midland, Market, Boulevard, and River. Grass clippings are starting to be picked up. Little pet peeve of mine, April 1st, I believe, the town has an ordinance, I could be wrong, that Christmas decorations should be taken down. So if you have Christmas decorations on your house, please note that April 1st was that deadline to get those down. May 21st to the 21st and 22nd is a townwide yard sale. Don't forget that the DPW yard on Saturdays opens at 8:30. And welcome to Samantha Shavasta to the Municipal Courts Department. Thank you.
Mayor?
Thank you. Mr. Coletti?
I'm going to go see this game.
Yes.
Okay.
Mr. Coletti?
Ditto on the Christmas decorations, Anthony. Regarding our rec department, baseball and softball are well underway, with opening day behind us. And on a somber and sad note, one of our finer workers there at the rec department has been with us for years, and we all love him. Romano is experiencing some health issues, and we want to wish him the best and a speedy recovery. Come on back quick, Romano. JIF, our Joint Insurance Fund, will be holding its next meeting on May 18th. I will then bring you all up to speed. Pursuant to our fire department will be honoring its past members on Memorial Day, May 30th, at the Firemen's Memorial Park located on Molnar Drive, starting time 10 a.m. Also, our police department will be doing the same. Come join us. It's a somber moment and a nice way to start the day of honoring the men and women who have served and gave their lives for this great nation we live in. Other fire department news is no news, which is the best part of my report. I love to report nothing. The last 2 weeks have been quiet. Let's hope it stays that way. The Elmwood Park Centennial Committee will be hosting Taste of Elmwood Park Tuesday, May 10th, 2016, naturally, 6 to 9 p.m., VFW Hall, 6 Veteran Place, Elmwood Park. This fundraising event will offer sample foods from local restaurants and provide attendees with a taste of various cultures and ethnic foods enjoyed in our community. $20 per person. Proceeds of the event will benefit the Elmwood Park Centennial Celebration, including many free attractions like the Centennial Parade and a laser show. For more information, please contact Barbara Von Dem Hagen at 201-563-6092. And here's a did you know? Besides the town celebrating the centennial, the Republican Party is also 100 years old as we speak. And no, Mayor Moeller was not there at the time our founding fathers established it. Mayor?
I ran for council. Mr. Bonsino?
Yes, Mayor. One final time, this Saturday, May 7th, our ambulance corps is having a beefsteak. It's at VFW, 7 p.m. Again, contact Pete Pius, 201-376-2379. And I believe you could also reach out to him via Facebook. Have some good news and bad news. Last night I came down for the planning board meeting, and I saw the note on the door there that the planning board meeting was canceled. I just received the cancellation notice in the mail today. There was some problems with mail delivery, and
I got mine too.
there's a unique situation with mine, but maybe someday we could get some email going over there. But the good news is the planning board meeting was canceled. This is probably, I think, the third month in a row that it's canceled, and there has been a lack of applications to the planning board. But if you recall, last year We looked at a continued CO ordinance where we gave the ability to our zoning official to evaluate applications, and if they met certain criteria that looked low risk and beneficial to the applicant, the zoning official could make a determination as opposed to sending it to the planning board. So, I mean, I don't have the data on me, but it looks like that is removing a little bit of the hurdles that some of the businesses came and expressed concerns about. And so I wanted to highlight that. And then finally, it's the month of May. The spring semester is ending at colleges in the area around the country. I just want to wish all our college students best of luck on finals if they haven't taken them, and to any of our residents that are going to have degrees conferred this month, congratulations, and your learning is never over. And on a personal note, I just wanted to wish my son Michael the best. At the end of this month, he's leaving on a 1-month deployment, Army deployment to Africa. So my wife and I are in a little bit of pins and needles, but we're hoping to see him real soon when he comes back in the July timeframe. Thank you, Mayor.
I'll get you a tour guide if you want to go over and...
No, only one in the family is enough.
Maggie?
On behalf of the Finance Committee, last week, the council, we held capital budget hearings. We had in the DPW department, the police department, the fire department, and we also had parks, and so we discussed certain capital requests and went over different operations in their departments, so we will be exploring those requests and the discussions further. The Board of Education, due to a recent resignation, is seeking qualified potential candidates that are interested to serve on the Board of Education, and the deadline to submit your letter of interest and a resume is this upcoming Friday by May 13th by 4 p.m., and you could get all the information on their website if you just type in Elmwood Park Board of Education, and you can click on it. They have the link to the application. And that would be it, Mayor.
Thank you. Mr. Giblin? My committee report, let me indicate that I said it before, we have certain roads that are going to be paved this year from community development money, and we've got about 120,000, somewhere around there, last year to pave those. This year, 2015, I'm the chairman of the Central District of the Community Development, and the updated figure came in. Elmwood Park has been allocated $124,669 to pave some roads this year, and they'll be paved later this year. So it's another $124,669. That doesn't cost us anything. We get the roads paved. Let me also indicate that all the roads that you see being paved now, that's not our money. It's state money on a boulevard, and it's PSE&G paving where they dug the trench. We will have a road program later this year, but all the streets that you see being paved now are grants. So we're saving a lot of money, and we're saving a lot of money with PSE&G. They're paving half the street, so if we have to pave the second half, we will do that, but we're saving half the street all over town. That's being done that way, so that's a big savings for us. Councilman Martino mentioned something about the county park, Artesian Wells. Mr. Dombrowski, Mr. Kazmark and I met, and Mr. Scott Cars met with the county parks director, and we walked the whole length of the Artesian Wells field, and we're trying to push them to clean up a little bit, so it looks a lot better when you're riding on the Gilbert Avenue, riding on East 54th Street, so the area is cleaned up. He said he would try to do it with the money he has, and you know, I know as a former freeholder, he has to wait to see how much the budget and how much they give him to do that. But I'm hoping he cleans that up, because we have some tremendously big logs over there. They're even bigger than logs. They look like tunnels, but the outside, they're that big on Gilbert Avenue. He said he would like to get that down. I did indicate to him, I don't think he was too happy to hear it, but I did indicate to him we're spending hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not millions of dollars, on the Overpeck Park. And we have a lot of people coming in from other counties in the Overpeck Park. It's in Bergen County, but all we want on the Artesian field here, it used to be the Waterworks property before they named it. All we want is to clean it up. We don't want any fields, we don't want anything else, just make it presentable so that people can walk through there and enjoy the park. It's a passive park, it was purchased as a passive park. I also reminded him if they didn't want to clean it up, give it to us. Give it to Elmwood Park. We'll try to do something with it. May take us a longer time to clean it up, but we'd like to have it. And we patrol it, and we do everything else with it. All the ball fields across the street from Gilbert Avenue is taken care by us. We clean it, we pave it, we mow it, we do everything. No, we don't pave it, we clean it. And we mow the grass, but that's all done by Elmwood Park. It was also mentioned that the boulevard's being paved. So far, we paved from Lee Street to, I think it was Falmouth Avenue, and that's done, looks good. We are going to be paving from Route 4 to Elmwood Terrace. That's the area right near the bank and the shopping center. That will be paved. And then we're going to be paving the area from Falmouth Avenue to Washington Avenue. That will complete almost the whole boulevard. And that will be done. Those are grants. Those are, and they should have been done last year, but we're glad we're getting them done this year. Okay, so that whole area. And for people who are watching it, and the few people that are sitting here, keep in mind, we do have an ordinance that says you cannot dig up the road to put a new house in or anything else for 3 years after it's paved. Now, I'm almost frightened to say this, but after we pave the boulevard, sooner or later, something's going to happen where public service will come in, they have a break somewhere with electric or whatever, and they can do it. If there's an emergency, they can pave it. Now, last year, we paved one section of the boulevard, and like a week and a half later, they had to dig it up. So that's not our fault. Those are emergencies, and that's going to happen. We do have an ordinance that says if we pave a street, you cannot dig it up to put a house in or anything else for 3 years. So hopefully we're going to get some things done with the Waterworks property, and that'll be cleaned up. So we're working on that. They're working on it. Hopefully you get it done. Okay, that concludes my meeting. May I have a motion to open it to the public? Is there anyone in the public who wants to be heard? I hope you don't walk back again on the...
You're going to go through every aisle?
Glenn Finnegan, 34 Phillip Ave. Hello, Mayor, Council. Just a couple questions. I missed our rec meeting last Monday. Unfortunately, I had to work late. And a resident came in and talked for about 20 minutes or so. No one really knew what he said, but the gentleman did allude to the fact that we are running real late on the open space. Can anyone answer that? Are we having any problems with open space money at this moment?
You know, through you, Mayor, we have an obligation to spend that money within a certain period of time. So I think what the engineer has been trying to explain to the council is that we need a final decision on what the project is going to be so that we have the time to design it, put it out to bid, get the project underway before the financial commitment that we have before that time frame expires.
And you did get that okay, am I correct?
We received the final decision at this past work meeting last Thursday.
Right, and unfortunately, I know some of you are upset that we're losing a basketball court. I'm a little upset that we're losing it, but it was in the original plan.
No, it was in the original plan, yes.
It was in the original plan, and it would have fit, and it would have worked fine. Compared to all the other courts in town, it was comparable. Some courts in town, unfortunately, only have one ring. Oh, sorry.
Can't say that.
But we wanted the basketball court, and I just want to explain this. But one of the advisory board members talked us out of it because he didn't think it was exactly right. So he said, well, why do we have it at all? So then we voted against it because we thought that's not what he wanted. This is one of our advisory board members.
He came to the meeting and said he came in with 3 different proposals. And I know you're saying there wasn't enough room for the 3-point shot.
Yeah, well, we don't have a three-point shot on any court in
Yeah,
Elmwood Park.
he backed off on that and said whatever you want to put in, he would like to see the basketball court put in, but...
But it was too late, it was after the vote. He already talked us out of the basketball court. Unfortunately...
Well, we had another vote and it was voted down anyway.
Yeah, and now unfortunately, they're squawking that we have no basketball court after they talked us out of it. So it's kind of, unfortunately, I see some wrench throwing in the rec and advisory board committees because I know people aren't very happy with the situation right now. And it's very unfortunate that we have people that want to obstruct and demonize other people. But in any case, real quick, I know you spoke about Ackerman Ave, the curbs and sidewalks on that street. I know it's a big project, but it's also the most beautiful part of town with the homes. The curbs are deteriorating tremendously. Some people don't even have a curb in front of their house. It's just dirt flowing into the road. That is the nicest section of town. It's right next to the apartments, which we really need to keep our town in good shape so that we don't start falling into a depressed looking town. You drive down this street, you got beautiful lights, but you have curbs that don't even hold water off the people's lawns. So I would hope you would consider maybe even doing sections of possibly Elmwood Drive and Ackerman Ave. They're very, very bad. And that's all I have. I want to just congratulate everybody. I think you're doing a great job, and I miss you.
Thank you. Former councilman, appreciate that. Oh, by the way, on the, before you walk back, the open space program lasts until July 2017. So we have all that time in order to do this. So we're not running late. There's some word out there. We're going to lose the money. We're not, at 2000, we have another couple months and then a full year.
And other thing, I just want to say that I understand that the rec did not ask for any capital expenditures for the next budget. And it's probably because it's running extraordinarily well. If you were to speak to the rec director, she'll tell you over the past 2 years, she's gotten more done than in the past 5 or 6 years, and it's because of all the red tape that I eliminated. Thank you.
I'm sorry I asked that question. Anyone else who wishes to speak? If not, I'll close the public portion of the meeting. May I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
Oh, one more thing. I'd just like to wish all the mothers and all the caregivers who act like mother a very happy Mother's Day this upcoming Sunday.
Very good, very good. And in June, we have another day. I don't know what it's
That's not
called. I don't know what it's called. I think Father's something or other.
Well, let's see if Maggie brings it
Maggie
up for
brings that
Father's
up.
Day
Okay.
also.
Motion to adjourn?
Make a motion.
Cherdo, second.
Second.
Nagy, discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, so ordered. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for attending. We only have a few people, and keep in mind that
I can't make it to the beef.
you can watch this on Vision Cable and on Fire, so, or on our website. Thank you.
So we have hair at 7, right? We have church 9:30.
Okay, I'll go through that.